would you say is the hardest thing about homeschooling kids with any type of special needs?
The hardest thing is keeping myself regulated and really keeping my mental and physical health. I realize how much, I'm not getting there very quickly. I realize how much I impact how well we do. And that is a big burden to carry. But I have to check my beliefs about what and my expectations. And I have to continuously ask myself, why is this important? Or is this important for me to push my kid to do it? Because we all know that one day your child may be really regulated, doing well, and they're able to do something. And then the next day, something sets them off, or you're not sure what the right thing to do is. And I think we want the answer. We want to know, should I push my child to finish these 5 math problems? Do I push in hard at this moment to get them to obey because, or to whatever, to comply? And the hardest part is that there's never a perfect answer. And I think we want that. I know I do. I want the perfect answer that it's right for me to do this and be 100% confident in it. So I'm really being very specific to, like, when you go to sit down to do a lesson or have them on the swing to do a lesson, whatever, and it falls apart, or your child tries to take some control by guiding the conversation. Particularly, we see this a lot with neurodivergent kids. Like, a lot of times they're struggling with anxiety. So your child doesn't have to have a diagnosis of anxiety to be a human being struggling with anxiety. And so a lot of resistance to schoolwork or whatever it is, I have to pause and say, okay, what's my goal? And the only thing that I can do 100% of the time, this is the only thing for me, is relationship first. I go with relationship first. That's the only thing that I know. If I go with that, that's the best thing. And what I mean by that is, if I want this child to take their next step in math, and I had 10 problems that I thought they could do based on what they did yesterday, but right now they're so resistant and they're immediately in fight or flight, how can I make them feel safe enough to take that next step? Is it 5 problems? Okay, you know what? I can see that you're feeling overwhelmed right now. Maybe we're going to just do 5 problems. Is it 1 problem? Or then my mind goes to, I'm not doing the right thing. I'm supposed to push hard because that's what a good parent does. They push hard.
Yeah.
But in the end, I need them to feel safe. And so I use the term relationship first, because we really can only be in relationship where we hear people when we feel safe.
Right.
And that has been the only thing that helped me get through some of the really hard times, because I mess up all the time, and that's part of our journey. It's not going to be perfect.
Of course.
So
no. And so what would you say is the best thing then about homeschooling kids with special needs?
No, I get to be there, and I get to be the influence over their lives. I get to prioritize with my husband and what our goals are for our kids, and I get to take charge. And one thing I like to tell parents too, particularly, a lot of people go, I can't teach my kid all day. And I get that. And this is, I like to cast a new lens or new vision for homeschooling, or for parents to understand that homeschooling doesn't mean you have to sit down every day and teach your child every single subject.
Right.
Okay. What it means is you take back the power, which is yours as the parent, and you make decisions, whether it's, I'm going to outsource a couple classes using my ESA grant, which is such a blessing in North Carolina.
Yes.
Right. So I'm going to use that ESA grant money, and I'm going to outsource these classes for my child, because I know it's too much of an emotional drain on us, because I have to work on other things with them. Right.
Sure.
And so, but I know we would have a blast doing science together or reading these books together. And so we can do that over here. And I can have them take this class. So the point is sorry, my puppies. The point is you get to take back the power and make good choices.
That is awesome. So last, as we're closing out our time together, what is the number one advice? What's the number one advice that you would give to a parent who is homeschooling a special needs kid?
I think I already said this, but focusing on the goal. And again, I'm saying it again because I truly, truly believe it, that the messages our kids are hearing in childhood are the ones that they're going to take with them into adulthood. And so while they are growing and learning, and while their executive functioning skills, we didn't even talk about that, while those executive functioning skills of being able to pay attention over, task initiation, do things we don't want to do because it's the right thing to do, while that area of the brain is developing,
yes,
that area of the brain will eventually develop. And so they will slowly be able to push harder on academics if that's what we decide that they need to do. But what they believe about themselves. So your words, watch your words. And I don't say it, watch your words to be condemning, because I have said so many things I regret. But at the end of the day, if the relationship is so full of mom's in my corner, mom believes in me, mom believes this about me, that is what will give them that vision for their future, rather than, I'm so bad, why can't I do this? I messed up again. Does that make sense? Like,
absolutely.
That's missing so much. And we get to do that with our children. So that's amazing. The goal.
Amazing. So real quick, as we're winding up here, would you tell people that are watching this webinar where to find you, where they can find your information and all your wonderful resources and support?
Well, thank you. You can find me at aheartforallstudents.com, all spelled out, aheartforallstudents.com. My website is full of resources.
Thank you so much, Lindsay, for sharing all of your experience and your wisdom with us, with these families that are going to watch this webinar in the future. I'm so grateful that you were able to come on and share with us. You can find more information, like Lindsay said, aheartforallstudents.com. You can also always go to nche.com/helps, and there's a page just for special needs homeschooling with lots of links. And then the Facebook group also, we are there for you. And you can always contact me, Amanda Wares. I'm Homeschool Helps Director. I am here to answer your questions and give you support, or find that support wherever you need it. You can reach me at helps, HELPS, @nche.com. Thanks so much. This has been great.